cloud. And, oh, you muted. Okay, cool. Yeah, and again, I'm having, I didn't actually think anyone was going to be on today. So cool that you're here, Amy. And I'm going to keep today short and sweet. Hi. Yeah, okay, cool. Short and sweet, just to see if any messages want to come through from the field. I actually did a circle not very long ago on play. So I'm just going to change it up a bit and just see what wants to come through from the field. And then I'm going to open it up. Well, I guess to see if there's any questions, but I know you were on the call the other day. But if you do have questions, just let me know. And we'll just see what wants to come through for the collective and where this wants to go. And then, yeah. So this is the full moon flower of life Akashic activation circle. We're doing it just a day or two early. The full moon is on Thursday, so a couple days away, but you will start feeling the energy of the full moon 2 to 3 days before. And especially the intensity of this full moon will amp up, you know, I believe with everything that's happening in the States right now and all of the election chatter and COVID. And I mean, there's going to be a lot of like emotions coming to high tide and a lot of collective fears. And so we want to be really careful to protect our own energy. The full moon's a really good time to you know, make sure and get outside. Make sure you've got your feet on the ground. Lavender Epsom salt baths are amazing, or sea salt and lavender if you don't have Epsom salt. Drinking lots of water through the full moon. You know, I always really love to call on Archangel Michael and to place the spheres of divine love and protection around me. Even in the morning, right? To just offer up some energetic shielding as we're moving through a lot of collective upheaval. So those things are all really, really good. And yeah, so just, you know, allowing yourself to feel your feels, but also taking time to nurture and nourish your own energy is really important. So I hope all of you who, well, Amy, for you here today, but all of you who will be listening to the recording also take time to do that. And, you know, these are tips too that we can be sharing with our clients, just ways to nurture and care for their energy. And also, you know, the full moon is a really amazing time to promote our Akashic sessions because everything is coming up. And there's always an amplified energy in the space of working with the Akashic records. Our intuition's really on point. And I always just find like promoting Akashic sessions or even just some type of special can be really powerful, like a full moon Akashic session, right? And it's just very magnetic in that energy. People are often wanting that support. They're feeling like off. And the Akashic record sessions can really help like with their energy and just clearing out the old gunk and getting them realigned and rooted. So yeah, so just kind of wanted to weave that in too. So awesome. Well, let's go ahead and we'll just close our eyes and drop our chin, and we'll just start to make our way within. And coming to the space within, we'll go ahead and see ourselves seated on a beach. And as we look out, we can see the ocean and we can see the full moon reflection on these ocean waters. The vastness and the power. And we're just going to allow the full moon light, seeing it dancing across the water surface. But we're just going to allow the full moon light to cleanse and clear our own auric field. And you can even see just this really beautiful, milky, luminescent, white light energy draw down. And you can see it cascading and wrapping itself around you and then funneling towards the bottoms of the feet and then turning into this beautiful river that's just washing away and carrying all that does not serve you. We'll call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael to please cut away all cords, hooks, and energetic attachments from our chakra system that is not in alignment with our highest good, asking that to be transmuted, asking for divine spheres of protection to be placed around us, banishing all negative influences should there be any, calling down the temples of divine love, light, truth, abundance, wisdom, and power to descend around us now, calling in our guides, teachers, masters, angels, the goddesses, and the guardians to be present, and for truth and accuracy to be obtained for the highest good of all of us here and all of us who will be listening to this in the future. We'll bring our focus to the heart space, and from there seeing a magenta rose bloom open. And then from there, going ahead and seeing the golden grid of the flower of life begin to expand out from the heart space, swirling from the heart space located at the center of the chest. And we're going to let that pure wisdom and high frequency light, the radiant divine substance of all of creation that's interwoven into all of life, begin to permeate and infuse itself within us, out from us, and all around us into the Akashic field. And we're going to let that light continue to grow, expand, and interpermeate with the physical and non-physical reality that exists before us, all around us, and within us. Now we're just going to see, sense, feel as the doors to the Akasha and all the love and wisdom of the Akasha open to us now. And so it is. All right, so when you're ready, making your way back to the present moment. And the piece that is coming through almost like right away is one big giant rainbow. So whatever the rainbow reminds you of, or whatever the rainbow speaks to you of in this space, and you can go ahead and make notes. Maybe you want to draw a picture of a rainbow. Is the medicine that is needed for you. When I tap into the rainbow, I definitely get joy. And the piece that really comes through for me around that is full expression. Is freedom in our full expression, is joy, is magic, and and interestingly enough, the piece that's coming through around the rainbow is the birth of the new world. Unity, community, inclusivity. Where each person is an integral part of the ecosystem. Where each person's medicine is honored, each person's wisdom, perspective is honored, and they have a place, a role, a contribution to make in that ecosystem. And they can show up in that space of contributing their gifts and of having money circulate back to support them. And I say money because but when I said money, I'm like, when we talk about, I can see what I'm being shown. And when we talk about the new world, hey, it may not be money, but it'll still be some form of contribution that will flow back to us for our contribution. So, it could still be bartering. It could still be some kind of an energetic exchange. But the more comfortable we are in that energetic exchange when it comes to circulating our unique medicine, our unique wisdom, and our unique gifts, and allowing it to provide for us, the more we're going to be able to flourish in the fullness of who we are, in our purpose, in the uniqueness of the contribution that we're here to make. And right now, money is most definitely a part of that. So it's really looking at where our unique contribution is and what part it is that we're here to play, and the unique medicine that we have, and where it can be of service, and where we can allow ourselves to make a contribution, but also to receive from that contribution so that we can flourish in the fullness of who we are and of our purpose. I really like where this is going. And this is kind of one of the reasons I just wanted to mix things up a little bit. I had a title, but I really felt like the field always gives me what we need. The field always gives us what we need. And so I just wanted to kind of see what was the medicine of today's circle was that was coming through and where that might land. And this feels really good because a lot of you are starting to build traction and you're starting to get momentum with your single sessions if you've done level 1 this year. And so we want to look at where to step into even more of your uniqueness, even more of your message, even more of your wisdom, where you can connect into the community of people that you feel called to bring this work, and where you can have that marry with money so that you can feel supported through this sacred work. Amy, because you're on the call with me and I'm kind of putting you on the spot. Is there, when I'm saying this, do you have any questions like just about like money and marrying money with your gifts, like just anything that's been kind of like showing up in your space? Because I know you did level 1 this year and you've been putting the Akashic record work out, and I'm seeing it like really starting to get some momentum for you. Okay, let's see. Hi. No, but animal medicine has been coming up for me. Like coming up for you in your sessions? Like when you're doing sessions with people? I want to dive deeper into it. And just to clarify, is it like, I'm just not sure if, is this like when you're doing Akashic sessions with people, animal medicine is showing up? Like messages from yeah, okay, gotcha. I just wanted to clarify that. Yeah, cool. Definitely run with that. It kind of ties into the training from class 4 level 2 that we did yesterday. And absolutely, you could read more up on it, but I think that you could definitely read more up on it, but I also feel like you'll probably get enough from making that invitation for the for animal wisdom to continue showing up in your sessions, and just giving yourself that permission to like fully trust the way that it's coming through and what the messages are. But of course there's many books. Yeah, so beautiful. So you're starting to see a piece. So I'm just going to go back to the field and see where this wants to go. And I'm just seeing, oh, here's the energy of play and fun. And I'm seeing, it's like a boy and a girl sliding down this rainbow into a pot of gold. And so here we're starting, and they're children, and we're starting to see this energy of like play and fun and joy and ease, and leading to a pot of gold in the new world. And so where the invitation becomes, and the question becomes, where can you bring in yes, totally. Yeah, this is a great time for you to be putting your website out during the full moon. Absolutely. So the question becomes, where can you in your business or in your life even operate from a place of greater flow, ease, play, and joy? And this is often where we start to step into more of our leadership, right? We're spiritual business owners. We're doing this beautiful sacred work out in the world, but we also are showing up in our leadership. And where can we allow play to be a source and a source and a guide in our leadership? Where can we allow ease, play, joy, fun to lead us? So I'm just going to sit in this space just for a second. I'm just going to, for those of you who are going to listen to the recording, and Amy, we're just going to take a moment and just kind of tune into, because that is when we can really allow ourselves to move and operate from those from that energy, we're allowing ourselves to make money in basically a new paradigm way, right? We're breaking free of the old paradigm where we were told that we have to work hard, to work really hard, to blood, sweat, and tears, to push, to do in order to make money. But the rainbow and the medicine of the rainbow is really showing us when we let our inner child, when we let play and fun lead in our lives and our businesses, that it allows us to move from a place of joy and flow and ease, and a place where we can vibrate in a different way that can shift us into alignment with the ease and flow of money as well. So I'm going to keep going here, and I just want to see what else is going to come through. And I'm really loving this. So this is really an opportunity for you to look at where you can continue to approach your business from that place. I know for myself that when I take joy and play and fun out of the landscape of my business, I don't move as freely, and I certainly don't make as much money. I become like really stifled. Things don't flow as well. I'm pushing more. It feels hard. It feels heavy. And especially in the energy of this full moon where things can kind of intensify. It's like, where can we, and actually here's the guidance that I'm getting, is where can we listen to, where can we draw on the wisdom of our inner child, who is really one of the key sources. And in level 3, we get into inner child healing work too, but who is really one of the key sources of understanding how to tap into the energy of fun, of joy, of ease, of play, of flow. So let's just take a moment and hand over heart. We're going to go ahead and we're going to invite our inner child to step forward. And just notice what you notice about how your inner child's showing up. We're going to send our inner child love. Right? We want to let our inner child know she's doing an amazing job and that we love her just the way she is. And now we want to listen to the wisdom of our inner child. And we just want to ask, like, what is playful to our inner child? What is fun? How can we let our inner child have more of a voice in how we lead our lives and our businesses? And then we're just going to go ahead and listen. Just write down any guidance and any wisdom. And these will be some steps through the full moon to bring you back into balance if you're feeling out of balance. I get the sense, though, this is like a balance piece for many of us. Beautiful. So we'll go ahead and thank our inner child for making an appearance, sending your inner child like love. And then I'm just going to tune in and see. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clear out one block around money. And money in terms of where we're still working out of patterns of this has to be hard. I have to push or I have to do a lot before I can receive contribution. So there's a pattern that's showing up. So this is a pattern. This is interesting because usually when you do group work, it's actually past life. but I'm picking up a pattern from, is it a pattern? Let me just check here. Yeah, it's a pattern. It's a present lifetime pattern that's picked up from the masculine. So, you know, depending on who your masculine influence was, I mean, you know, maybe it was a father or an uncle or grandfather or someone else. But it's based on the masculine, like work hard ethic. Like you have to do and do and do and do before you can receive. Like you have to put a hard day's work in before you can receive. You got to like work really hard and really long hours before you can receive. You've got to the other picture that's coming through is, so this will be different. So whatever your masculine, yeah, I'm getting more flow and less structure, even in my social media platforms. Looks like, oh, cool. I'm getting more flow and less structure. Okay. I could see that with you for sure, Amy. I love that. So whatever your masculine imprint, your masculine influence was, let's just take a look and see who is showing up in your awareness and what pattern was picked up around the masculine work hard ethic. This is a really good one because it can also be based on like as children, you know, you have to clean your room and you have to do this and you have to do that before you can like receive this. You know, when you're finally complete this and you've put the time in or the work in or you're good enough. But this specifically, this block is really connected to the masculine because this is really about balance. We're bringing ourselves into balance with flow and effort, because there will be doing and there will be effort, but that doesn't mean that we can't come from an energetic space of that doesn't mean that we can't come from an energetic space of the flow and the ease. So just taking a look in your awareness, looking at what pattern may have been created around I have to do and do and do and do before I can have. And I'm going to ask that any patterns that's showing up in any record created at any age be cleared right to the point of creation, backwards and forwards through time, through all spaces, realities, timelines, and dimensions, and then it be transmuted to divine love and light and then released fully back to source. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. And then any place in your experience where you are still feeling like you have to do and do and do and do before you can receive, we're going to go ahead and collapse that timeline. So any place that you're waiting for a result or you're waiting to receive abundance or money, we're going to collapse that timeline by pulling the end result or the desire for you to receive your contribution, that contribution that wants to, like, you know, you put out and then it's time for you to receive. We're going to pull it right into your heart. Pull it right into your heart so that there isn't any doing, and that you're always ready and available as a child of the divine, as a divine feminine woman of the divine, that you're always being provided for, that it's your birthright, that as a divine being having this human experience, you're meant to experience abundance, that you're always meant to be provided for, and that the time for that to happen is now. And so it is. So I'm just going to go ahead, take a little listen. But otherwise, that feels good. And yes, and I suspect I'm just getting kind of like a full circle. Things are wanting to come full circle. So as we give and contribute and we step out and we share and we shine and we're making that contribution, it's like it always wants to flow back to us. Money comes from source and it flows to us through people. It can come from anywhere, but it wants to flow through us to people, through people all the time, all the time. All the time it's available. It's a limitless flow all the time. And it's safe to receive now. All right. So I'll just check in with you one more time, Amy. I haven't really seen any questions, which is fine. If you have a question, you can let me know. And otherwise, there were no questions that came in via email or Facebook. So it sounds like everyone's getting their questions answered in Facebook and on the live calls, which is amazing. Okay, wonderful. Awesome. Well, I am going to close out. So I'm going to thank the guides, guardians, masters, angels, teachers who have been a part of this experience today. And just knowing that the clarity, the healing, the intentions, and the insights, it's all going to unfold into completion. And the door between the worlds is now closed. And so it is. Okay, awesome. Nope, no questions. That was beautiful. Yay! All right. Well, have an amazing full moon and share your insights if you'd like to in the Facebook group. And I shall see those of you who are going through live for level 2. I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye for now.